Hello, we have today an interesting topic about new game Pulsar. So tell me about the land in the Pulsar. How does the land work in Pulsar?
He's looking at you. So, but anyways.
Okay, Alvaro.
Yeah, I can explain it.
Tell me.
Yeah, definitely. So basically, when people are going to buy the pieces of land, it's like they are buying a part of the max supply of Pulsar. Pulsar is in the land and only in the land. Of course, we are going to have a bit for liquidity purposes, yeah. But the Pulsar is going to be there, available to be mined, yeah.
Which is important. We are not minting Pulsar.
No.
Pulsar is mined by the players.
Yeah.
That's it. That's the emission rate.
Yeah, so that gives us a very nice and organic growth. So the total Pulsar is 1 billion Pulsar. However, we don't expect that is going to hit the markets in many years. Yeah, no less than 10 years for sure.
Yeah. And also the land, we're going to sell it in a way that is going to be the number of lands and the number of people mining. It's going to be the growth of the community is going to be balanced always. So it's not like a lot of people mining and then the rest of the game is spoiled. No.
Yeah. So more people we think that are coming to Pulsar, depending on the growth ratio, is when we are going to open more and more land bit a bit. Yeah. Don't overload the market with tons of Pulsar. Yeah.
Okay, do I have to own the land to play the game?
No, definitely not. You can start as a free-to-play player, right? So guilds, the one that are going to buy the land at the beginning, investors or players or people that will be enthusiastic about play Pulsar, are the ones that are going to buy the land. So free-to-play users are going to be there mining that land that was bought. Yeah. So in a way, it's like free-to-play users, as they are not doing an initial upfront investment. They are going to be extracting materials in that land, and by the configuration of the land from the different owners, they are going to have different strategies of how those guys are going to work for them in a way.
Share resources or things like that. Yeah. So in this way, you have a choice. You can join freelance that we are going to provide. There will be a limited number of freelance, or you can go and join one of the lands from a guild. And probably the difference is going to be that the security rating, which means how dangerous is to play on that land, the yield of the land, and how profitable it is. So we are going to provide only very basic things, while the guilds, they can provide everything else. So it means that if you want to go really hard into the game, you probably are going to go with the guilds. And if you want like a slow one RAM and so on, with alone and so on, you can always go with us. But this is your choice.
Yeah, so the unique requirement is that those guilds or people has the land open, is not private. So whoever can join and play there.
Or maybe they can have their own requirements, like do an interview, whatever. It's up to them. The thing is, the guilds are a critical role in this game, but it's not because they need to buy the NFTs. If they do, that's fine. It's because they need to provide a way for the players to come into the game. Actually, I think they're going to end up marketing themselves as we are the best.
Come and join. No?
Come and join us. Yeah. Sure, because if you work on my land is better than these other lands because of this. It's this place, we have this geo, we have these characteristics that is going to be better, right? So come with us. I think this is going to end up like that.
Yeah.
What happens if, for example, the land runs out of the Pulsar? What then?
Wow, there's a lot of things.
Yeah.
A lot of things there.
Yeah.
So the value drivers, we call that the value drivers. So there are so many things that if you look at other games, so looking at Axie Infinity, and not in a demeaning way at all, like it's just a different way to set up the economy. When you are going to buy land there, it's very easy to know. You only use one parameter. What is the price of the land? The higher the price, the better the land. And that's it. You don't need to look at any other thing. In our case, we want the land to be accessible to many people, so we couldn't just use the price. We wanted everyone to be able to find the perfect land for you. So we needed to have a lot of different parameters, right? So for example, you have, does the land have a Pulsar deposit on it? And does it have any other type of resource from the various liquids, minerals, and gases and organic resources that are there in the game? Is it close to a river or a road, because that speeds up unit transport, unit movement, and it's going to make more efficient some of your operations? Is it closer to the center of the map, because it means that then everything is closer to you? And also, those are like general value drivers, but depending on the role you're playing, you have even other value drivers that are tied to space and location use. So for example, if you are a miner, you want to have probably like 3 or 4 plots of land around each mining site, because it means that you're going to be able to have the refineries and the workers and the depots, everything together. So you are not going to have to spend time moving your resources somewhere else to refine them. So it's going to be your turnover is going to be higher profits, because you're going to be able to put things on the market sooner. But you don't have use for something more like 3 or 4 probably, but you want to have that for each of the mining sites you have in the map, something like that. And then you have like a medium fragmentation, if you will. But if you are a builder, you actually want to have like all the plots of land you own in a single place, because the builder's gameplay, it's about constructing things that are using other things as ingredients, as materials. So you want to have like, instead of having 2 buildings, deconstructing them and building another one, and then doing the same, and then you have a tier 2, and then doing the same, and then you have a tier 3. You want to have like 7 buildings, like all the materials, or 7 units on different things at the same time, and just in one step, boom, you're ready to go. You can go to the marketplace and sell that, right? So in order to do that, you need space, right? So they want single space, a lot of space, and also you don't want there to be resources, which is counterintuitive, because people always think, yeah, miners is the way to go in this game, right? Because they extract Pulsar, yeah, that's the way to go. Yeah, but miners, they need equipment. Who did buy the equipment from? The builders, right? And the builders, they want land that has no resources, because otherwise you have to spend part of that resources to be mining, right? So this is a totally different way to go about that. And if you think of the warlords, what they do to play is, you come into the game, you choose where you are going to go outside of your plot of land. So you choose an alien pack that you're going to hunt, some alien boss that is being fought by some players, some other player, some dungeon where you're going to go. So you choose. You select a few units, the units you're going to take, you teleport them there, you do your kind of RTS mechanics to fight, and after that, they come back on foot. And that time they take to come back, that is your cooldown, which means that if you want to play more, you need to have more units. But there is a limit to the units you can have in your plot of land, which is tied to your mothership. So by this, I mean that being close to the places you want to attack is critical for you. So the location is very important. So you only need like 1 plot of land, 2 plots maybe, so not a lot of space, but you want to have as many as them as you can throughout the map in all the places. And there is this secondary mechanic that is protection. It's very important in the game because we have this security rating that different zones are more dangerous. So for example, if you have a plot of land, I can protect you. I select those units, and whenever someone attacks you, they will automatically jump. Even if I'm not connected, they will jump to your place, they will defend you. After they finish fighting, they will come back to my place, and they will be ready again to defend you. So it means that it's in the best interest of both of us that we are together. You know, if I'm your bodyguard, I need to rent the house that is just close to your house, right? So that opens the door for a lot of different mechanics, and I can even envision how some maybe guilds would say, we are going to buy a lot of plot of land in this part of the map, because then we will market ourselves at we are the better protectors out there, because no matter where you are, we are going to be able to protect you better. So that kind of thing. So as you see, there are a lot of different ways in which the land is still valuable because of gameplay reasons, even when the Pulsar, which is only one of the value drivers, is gone.
I just want to say that Blood Basin is my favorite type of land.
Yeah, I'm growing fond of that name too. Yeah, we're trying to convince the team.
More of that later.
Okay.
Okay, and the other limitations here in the game. What will happen if all the pulsars are mined?
Yeah, this was critical for us when we were designing the tokenomics. Yeah. So let's suppose that the game is incredibly successful. We sell all the land. People are, I don't know, super crazy and they mine everything. Yeah. So what do you do? So first off, we are going to have tons of Pulsar in our treasury because of the sinks, right? Mm-hmm. So what we can do is do again the NFT sale of the land, opening more land. And what you provoke with this is that you take the Pulsar and instead of dump it into the market to finance yourself or grow up, scale up the team and business operation and these kind of things, it's like hey, I exchange my Pulsar, which is in the land, for other tokens, stable coins, ABACs, and so on. Yeah. With that, we don't create an unhealthy pressure in the market and in the token price from our side.
So you open more land, you need to put Pulsar inside. And the thing is that we can finance ourselves without selling our own token.
Yeah, that's very important. Because if not, we are going to be like a bad player for the token price. If we dump our own token, we should find out other ways to have revenue streams that are not hurting the price of it.
On top of that, it's very hard. I mean, if let's say that we had a strategy that we are going to be selling 1% of our reserves each month, and then with that we are going to finance ourselves. We need to have someone dedicated to that. No,
Yeah.
and then we don't have the time to do that. We are actually configuring the whole company to be very light on this kind of overhead processes. So this, for many different reasons, it really fit into what we wanted. We are game developers. We don't want to be doing other things if possible.
You're great, guys. Thank you.
Thank you.